Yep. So thanks all for investing time on this presentation. Today we'll be presenting the high availability and identity and access management from Opencloud to UCS and Keycloak. It's mostly about the high availability for IT infrastructure that we do at Bergwerk. My name is Karam, and I work at Bergwerk. Our previous theme was including also the FIDO2 Passkey, but due to current development issues with the Univention Keycloak Docker, the full out-of-the-box integration of Passkey FIDO2 with Univention is not yet available, but it will be in the future. Yeah. But we have successfully implemented this solution using a standard Keycloak installation. And we will demonstrate the same solution without Passkey FIDO2 support. And as soon as Univention releases an update, Keycloak model Passkey support can be enabled seamlessly. So the concept is the same, it still exists, but without the Passkey for now. So we're located in Bergstraße 45 in Schwerin, and anyone is welcome to contact us for any IT infrastructure questions. What we provide is IT service from planning, implementation, and maintenance of IT infrastructure that includes installing the applications in the data center and run them as virtual machines, and the connection between two different geographical locations, and network planning and consulting also, if it's in-house or in the data center, also we provide it. Operational support, of course, and technical needs from process digitization and the IT security and system monitoring. We have also a coding department. We design and develop custom web applications there. We do also the interface programming and module and optimization and digitization of processes. Since we're working in the IT infrastructure, of course, we also do the hosting in many data centers that we always deal with. We set up the servers there as VMs, for example, for different applications on the data centers. And of course, the IT security and data protection are always our top priorities. So we'll start now with the goal of this presentation. We'll do introduction to Opencloud, then move forward to Opencloud, its features and capabilities. We'll move then to UCS, introduction about it, and UCS and Keycloak integration. And as an example, implementing UCS with Keycloak, that's the example that will go as the high availability. MariaDB Galera cluster also introduction, and then the high availability single sign-on across different locations, and what's our current goal. We'll move now to Opencloud. So Opencloud, just fast introduction about it. It's file sharing and collaboration solution by Highline Group. It's a strong open source community and community support, and it has flexible data spaces and some good features for access management, and it has also high productivity for teams collaboration also on data. We'll go one by one in the coming sections. Opencloud is also our partner at Bergwerk, can be integrated seamlessly into our technology stack, already integrated with other services in current Bergwerk projects and planned for future projects also. Like here, I'll speak about the advantages of Opencloud. So it has easy sharing feature, which you can see there is when we want to share a file or space at any type with someone. We have three options. He can see and download, and can see but with safety, which will print a watermark on the file that will be downloaded. That's for security reason, and can bearbeiten, so he can see, edit, and download the files. Secure sharing. So when we want to share a link or we want to share a file with external user, we have also the options with permanent links. So he can always, when he have this link, he can enter to this file, or there is links that can be, for example, we can set expiration date for it and the password that will be good for security, and we can control these links whenever we want to end it or we want to add another one or rename it or whatsoever. Yep. And the searching feature inside it. So let's say that we want to search for any name. Let's say it Jackson, okay? It finds also, as you see, it finds a picture that inside it there is a Jackson word. So it's not a text there, it's a picture, but it found it also, and of course the PDFs and the Excels. So yeah, it searched inside the files that also does not include the texts. So real-time updates, that's for the collaboration tool. So when a user subscribe in the server, so he will start to receive real-time updates for the file that he subscribed for, which is Collabora. So it's basically just collaboration tool for any organization that can multiple or many members can work at the same time in the same file. And of course, can be like Office can be also included in the Opencloud. Yeah. Now we'll move to UCS. UCS, it's an application for open source application for identity and access management. It can be integrated with any systems and can be connected with Active Directory from Windows with AD connector. It includes central identity access management platform and portal for accessing services and applications, where all the applications that's connected with the UCS can be saw in one portal. And App Center with ready-to-use software and integration packages inside the UCS itself. So there is application. It has some kind of application that we can download different softwares from it. Yeah. We'll speak about UCS from 3 different perspectives. The first one is the end user perspective, which what the end users will see. First of all, he will have the option to do single sign-on across different applications that he installed on the UCS. And he will have an interface for like the end user, like for example, change password or change the first data, like for the users, like the passwords, names, and so on. We'll see it now from the provider operation perspective. Centralized tools that allow you to create, update, and remove user accounts easily. So we will see, like from the provider perspective, he can control the IDs that he has inside the OpenLdap, inside the UCS centrally. And it can be also integrated with external identity system interfaces, like the Active Directory. And from the developer perspective, it has smooth integration between IT services and applications and open source code backed by reliable support services. And now we'll go to the Univention App Center, which it has a wide range of applications from different developers that they will include their software in their in the UCS App Center. And it can be installed easily, like any other store that's known for Microsoft or the Android stores. Also, just interface application, and it can be easily downloaded. We will see a picture for it. And it's easy to be integrated into the IT environment, our infrastructures, and centralized management with UCS. That's a picture from the App Center of Univention. You see here there are a lot of categories here in this part that match mostly all the needs for any company that can be saw there. UCS and Keycloak. Inside UCS also, there is the Keycloak that is very useful for the single sign-on. It can be installed and connected with, it's included inside the UCS, not installed. It's included in the UCS and can be used for the single sign-on. And its goal, of course, to secure application with centralized authentication. So now we'll move to a small example for one of projects that we are currently doing, and as just the concept for the high availability. So let's say we have a company that came to any other company that they want IT infrastructure environment. And they said, we want, let's say, XWiki and Open Project. Open Project, it's an open source application for project management that includes all the necessary aspects for any projects. And XWiki is also an open source application for documentation for companies. So the first step we do is we install those applications in data center. Afterward, we need identity management system. So we install the UCS backup and primary nodes. Of course, all the application there that can be installed as virtual machines and any data center. And we'll be installing the OpenSense. OpenSense, it can be installed as virtual machine or as a hardware solution, and it's basically a router and a firewall solution also. And we've done side-to-side VPN connection. Everything till now is fine. Then the company told us we want a single sign-on for our colleagues. Okay, so basically, they have also Open Exchange and OpenTalk inside the company. So OpenTalk is just an application, open source application for meetings inside the company. Now Open Exchange, it's an email server for also open source. We want to install there, we want to do there a single sign-on. So basically we do the Keycloak in the data center and it's good now. Now they have the single sign-on and everything works fine. But what if now if the connection went down? So here's the problem. If the connection is down, their connection to their servers, for example, in the data center, in XWiki and Open Project is down. So here comes the other part, which is we thought about like multiple Keycloak deployment in different sites to increase the overall availability. That's a solution, but it cannot be done because Univention only provides single Keycloak container with database without cluster configuration for such a scenario. So as a concept, the solution is we want a replication way to take the data from the Keycloak and distribute it across different sites. So here comes the part for MariaDB Galera cluster. So it's fastly, we'll go through it. MariaDB, it's open source relational database management system. It's popular, I think most of you knows it, and it has compatibility with different languages, of course. Now, the Galera cluster, it's multi-master cluster with synchronous replication. So it's basically a cluster that includes different nodes, the MariaDB nodes that run through SQL. And it's easy to use high availability solution because it's just nodes. When we want to extend, we will just add another node. And when we want to remove one location, we will just remove that node from that location. That's why it enables scalability for future growth. All nodes can handle, in the MariaDB Galera cluster, of course, all nodes can handle read and write operations. So balancing the loads here across different nodes are possible, of course, because all the nodes can handle read and write. And it can be configured in a way that only one node can do this, or all the nodes can do this, the read and write operations. That depends on the project. And it has high availability, of course, because it ensures our database remains operational even if some nodes fail. The most important thing here to say is we need at minimum 3 nodes to run. It won't run in 2 nodes. Of course, it distributes also workload across multiple nodes for better performance. Any change in one node can be replicated on all other nodes. So if we went back to the old example, so when one location, we added a new user, this user, for example, in the Keycloak, so it moves it to the MariaDB node, and it replicated in all different sites using the Galera cluster. No replica lag ensures all nodes are always up to date, and no last transactions guarantees data consistency across the cluster. And it only runs unsupported on Linux. So now we'll go back to our old example. So the solution here basically will just have to install a node in the data center. And of course, in the company, I did not include it here because it's like there's no other space. But here we must install also a backup and primary node for UCS. And let's say we installed also, sorry, only backup. We need to install there only the backup node and MariaDB also node. So we installed the MariaDB node in the data center, and we went to other location. This location can be another data center or another section of the company or any place that has a server, importantly. And we installed the same configuration there as the UCS backup, MariaDB node, and Keycloak, and the OpenSense. And we made, of course, a connection site to site through VPN. The VPN here, of course, is not important. That's a matter of the preferences. And we did the connection. So in this scenario, what will happen if this line went down? So the routing can be adjusted through this to access the other services. That's first thing. Second thing, we have here also a Keycloak. So our single sign-on will still be working, and there will be no problem. So we have high availability single sign-on. We'll move to the final part, which is our first place goal, but as explained in the first of the presentation, it's still on work for the FIDO, but we'll go thoroughly what our next step in this infrastructure will be. So Passkey, it's a FIDO authentication credential based on FIDO standards, allows users to sign in to applications, websites using the same steps they use to unlock their devices, biometric, PIN, or pattern. And of course, with Passkey, it's built on FIDO2. That's worth to mention because that's the goal that we will be doing in the future. It eliminates the need to enter username, passwords, or additional authentication factors. So After this configuration problem will be solved, we'll be hoping to include the passkey in our company and on different projects also. And thank you very much for your attention. Yeah, any questions?
Thank you. I have a question regarding the Keycloak high availability. So do you keep all Keycloak instances running, or is it just an active standby with kind of a manual failover?
They're constantly running.
They're constantly running, so that
Yes.
works. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, every instance, okay, it's basically very simple. Sure. Hello? All right. Anyway, it's a very simple concept. You have a base of Galera cluster under it. Then you have the backup UCS. You have the backup UCS servers with Keycloak installed, and Keycloak is using these databases for their session information. Okay, and each Keycloak instance is constantly running. Each location has their own. If there's an outage, it just keeps going. Okay, and as long as you have your routing correct, you won't notice anything. It just keeps working.
How do you handle the failover? Is there a load balancer in front, or you just change routing?
Well, yeah, you'll have different metrics for your routing. Okay, and then once that line comes back up, you're live again. Okay, so it's all about, in that instance, it's all about the routing. Okay, and making sure that each location is, doing their job. Of course, we'll do monitoring and all that sweet stuff, but, I mean, that's something you got to do anyway,
Any other question? Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.